Hi, my name is Savannah Dodd and I'm the founder of the Photography Ethics Center. Welcome to our 5th video looking at photo ethics on film. In this video, we're going to look at an excerpt of the film Whiskey, Tango, Foxtrot to talk about the ethics of photographing a traumatic event. Let's watch the clip and then we'll talk about it after.
I can't hear you, honey. I need to talk to Ed Faber. Well, then who is fronting the show? I can't hear you.
This clip shows a scene of complete chaos. People are staggering around, they're disoriented, they're looking for medical support and medical attention. And there are reporters and photographers who are walking around the scene trying to document it to report back to the public. This is extremely challenging terrain for ethical reporting because there are many competing responsibilities. On one hand, you have a responsibility to the public to report on this issue and to show them the reality of what's happening in the world. On the other hand, you have a responsibility to the victims of this incident. You have a responsibility to portray them with dignity, despite the fact that they themselves are not really in a dignified position. There are many ethical questions that come to mind when we see a situation like this, and I won't have time to cover them all, but I'll touch on just 2 of them. The first ethical question is the question of consent. Is it necessary to obtain consent? Can people even consent when they're distressed and injured and in a state of shock? The demands of the news cycle necessitate that we have immediate access and quick coverage. How can we possibly reconcile the need for quick coverage with the ethical need for obtaining informed consent? Does one supersede the other? Can we slow down how we report? Or is the responsibility to get all this information out to the public as quick as possible more important? These are difficult questions and there's no easy answer to any of them. Another ethical question that comes to mind when we see a scenario like this is how much can we show? Do we need to show all the gory details of an individual's injury in order for the viewer to understand the gravity of the incident? Some would argue yes, that the only way to really make the viewer understand what's happening in the world is to show them it in all its gruesome detail. But other people would argue that this might be exploitative, that actually using photographs of gory detail might just be used for shock value. Again, there's no easy answer to this question, but one thing that we can do to ensure that photographs are not just being used for shock value is to make sure that we provide enough context around that photograph. When we provide context, when we tell their story with the fullness that it deserves, that enables empathetic understanding. It enables empathy in the viewer to be able to connect with that individual, to know what their story is. And this is how we can give people dignity in our photographs even when they're in a situation of trauma. We can give them dignity by telling their story in all the fullness that it deserves. Now, these are only a couple of the ethical considerations that we can talk about when it comes to photographs of trauma and suffering. If you have anything you would like to contribute, please do so in the comments section below. Thank you very much for joining me in this edition of Photo Ethics on Film, and I'll see you next time.